Welcome back. It's still Morning Rush on Metro Television. This morning we are talking about SIM swap fraud with DK Cyber, and he's a cybersecurity analyst or an expert, and he will be helping with the conversation. This morning he's looking stunning, dapper, dope. I mean, he's matching his outfit with his glasses. DK, how are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm also good, by Jehovah's grace. Yes. How was your weekend?
Good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
Well, the weekend was all good. We had a successful program, the women program.
Yeah.
Yes.
How was it?
Oh, it was very successful.
The turnout?
The turnout was very good, though it rained, but
yes, it rained on Saturday.
Yes, but these ladies were very serious and anxious to know something. So they came in their numbers, and thanks for coming or passing through.
Yeah. Before we even go on the conversation, did you start from the basic?
Yes.
To the top of like cybersecurity and everything?
Yes. So we spent closely to 4 to 5 hours. We started around 1:30. Wow. And we end up around 6. So we started from the basics, and God being so good, people who came to were new in the field, so we had to take them from scratch, understand them, prepare their mind. It took them all the way through the intermediate to the advanced level. You could say that yes, 4 to 5 hours session couldn't be enough for such a broad topic, but preparing them now has it has exposed them and enlightened them, and we gave them some platform that they can continue, upgrade themselves. And now and I think 80% of the ladies who turn out now want to even consider cybersecurity as a top priority, either to protect themselves or even to engage in as a profession. Wow. So yes, it was all good.
That's good. I hope they also got to understand the whole SIM swap fraud, because it's part of the cyber stuff. Yes. So, but that's what we are talking about this morning.
So there was a session where we spoke about online threat, of which the SIM swap fraud was part of it.
Okay. Let's start the conversation with what exactly is considered as SIM swap fraud in a basic understanding. What is it?
All right, thank you very much, and good morning to our viewers. So we are looking at the subscriber identity model swap fraud. That means the SIM swap fraud. Now, we all have mobile phones, and one of the common things that if you have a mobile phone, irrespective of the type, the brand, the version, you have one thing in common. That small thing that we call chip. That's what we call SIM card here. We call them SIM card. Now, that card is just able to help you perform some activities like calling, text messaging, and that's through XMS, right, and the others. Now, we are talking about a system whereby fraudsters, hackers find their way through to be able to hijack that system and redirect whatever comes there to DS. And practical example had been instances whereby, I know Ghana here, we have issues sometimes with network, whereby you say, oh, my network not to call. But sometimes when these fraudsters are able to find their way through so many ways of which we're going to discuss, then they're able to hold that SIM card, your number, like my number. It wouldn't be able to receive calls, neither would I be able to test. Then whatever will happen on Manla is being forwarded to them. And also another practical example is you losing your chip or your SIM card, and you trying to go get a new SIM card. That means the old one entirely blocked and it comes to a new one. So that is the whole process we're talking about. And when that happened, that has been the easiest way of bypassing two-factor authentication. Because now two-factor authentication protects you on all your platforms, including your bank apps, your emails, your social media. Now, because they don't have the code that will be sent to you through your phone number, when they do the SIM swap fraud, now the code is being sent to them. So that's how scary it is. That's what we're talking about this morning.
It's very, very scary.
Yes.
Because it's your SIM card. Yes. It's being blocked, but it's used elsewhere.
Yes.
How does it occur?
Fantastic. Yes. So this attack is a bit of advanced attack because this one normally the very people we're talking about is the service providers or the carrier. That means Ghana here globally is MTN, Airtel, Vodafone, and the rest. We're talking about them. So these fraudsters find their way to convince the telcos to say, able to tell them that okay, this number have an issue and they don't have access to it anymore. So they provide to reasonable doubt, or they provide them with all the necessary basic information to tell them that the SIM card is theirs. So now the SIM card is no more in action, or they can't find it somewhere ever. So they should now be able to forward all the conversation, whatever happens on that SIM card, to a different SIM card for them. And that is what they do. So this one, they go through the top there. That is to say, they go through the telcos, and not as if that the telcos to just give to them. They're able to provide them with basic information through social media, through spywares, through adwords, and even some of them are able to buy our personal data on the dark web. That is how serious it is. So that's where you could hear us say that don't share more information, don't share more personal information on the social space, because sometimes these informations you share them on the social space are the same information that these telcos would also ask them about it. Even you are talking about them, sometimes they may request of your Ghana card. There are instances whereby they tell you to appear in person. That was great to solve such problem. But sometimes you're able to convince them to any reasonable doubt, and they share with them the Ghana card to say now. And don't forget that when you were downloading the fake online loan apps, they requested for your Ghana card. So they have it with them. So now Ghana card is not private as it's supposed to be. Now you have given it out. So you see how it is. So one attack leads to the other.
And it's different when you're entering a bank or a savings and loan company to ask for loan. And it's also different when you are behind your phone and you are communicating with them, because you are desperate. I mean, you get to send all your details at once, and it becomes very dangerous. Now, talking of how someone can be hacked with a SIM card, the way you said it goes deeper into them paying on the dark web for information. DK, is it that these hackers actually sit down and they target one person? Because for me, I don't have Kobo. If you are targeting me, I don't know what you are going to get. But for someone, maybe someone is being told at the bank, someone is being told at the ATM card or somewhere, they know that this person has this amount in his or her account or the mobile phone. So he's eligible to be hacked. Is it that they target these fraudsters, they target someone, one person, and how is it possible?
Thank you very much, my dear. See, this is one of the brilliant questions. See, because this morning, a lot of people watch us, they listen to us, and they say, this is not part of us. You know, we have nothing. we are nobody. So a good friend of mine who has been watching me closely almost about 7 years, has been like a brother to me, got hacked almost 2 months ago. And I asked him, didn't you follow all my security tips I've given out? He said, bro, you know me, I have nothing in my account. So if they hack me, cry, nothing. But could you believe that within a space of 1 hour, it affected the people that he was connected to?
Okay.
So it's not about him. It's about the others connected. True. So through him, the pastor got hacked. Through him, other people. And he was on other big platforms. He is nobody, has nothing, but he's connected. They started, blaspheming him, throwing all sorts of things. And before people could understand that it was hacked, by that time, whatever they will say to you, there has been said already. So just imagine as a sorry penny waking up to see your number being posting pornographic content all around. What would you do? You have nothing, but you have your image. So let's protect it. Let's protect yourself and others. So that's why this is for us all. Now, coming back here, you see, today we put a lot online. Right, we put a lot online. So we have, as you rightly said, some apps collecting data and all those things.
Because you are desperate to put it out there. Yeah, desperate
to put out there. Now, when you come to the dark web, how the information gets there, see, we have systems that got breached. We have something called system breach, data breach. And when these data are breached, that means that the information that you have entrusted on that particular platform is being exposed. Now, when it's exposed, they don't sell them on Facebook. They sell them on the dark web. So if I'm an agent and I want to perform an attack where I need database of people from Africa, I go to the dark web to find a directory that I can purchase such with my BTC wallet.
Wow.
You understand? So that is it. And most of us too, our informations are known out there because of some certain things that we do, we don't pay attention to. I always say that when you go to some sites like pornographic sites to download things, you have personally invited malware onto your phone. And when we say malware, some comes as a rootkit that has been given a root access to that your particular device. And whatever you do on your phone is being shared with someone somewhere. You download an app to say photo editing app. That app's supposed to just edit a picture taken, but just to see, right now, go and check its permission. That app is taking your contact. What would a photo editing app take a contact? Is because they provided that, okay, these are the things we are going to collect from the user. But because Africa here, our syndrome or our dramatic problems that we don't read, whilst you are downloading the app, you don't read the permissions.
The terms and conditions, ours is just clicking.
I don't know if our ICT teachers taught us how to do allow. It has been only allow.
It's not that. Sometimes the terms and conditions are a lot. They are a lot. Like you have to read. All you have to do is just scroll and just click and just go.
See, the way you are careful when you go to the bank.
Yeah.
The way you pay much attention to details when you go to the bank, because that place your money is.
Exactly.
But today, do you know that your money are hosted here on your phone?
True.
So pay attention to whatever you give access to it on your phone.
I do.
If you can't, please throw it off.
I do. We have to read.
Why not?
The habit of reading.
You see, if not, we'll sit here and be talking about this always.
Yeah.
See,
and it wouldn't have effect. Like it wouldn't work on people. Yes. We'll still just go and just do the terms and conditions without reading.
The point here is that these hackings are not just done in a day. They plan.
Yeah.
So every successful hacking activity takes much days for information gathering. Right, so I need to enter Metro TV, their service. Don't think that I'm going to go through the service there. I'll go through the front desk. It can even go as far as becoming friend with some of the staffs here. Some of the staffs are, they tell them not to join the company Wi-Fi here, but they have. And we use that through to come to the Metro TV. So we didn't come through above, we came through. So we are talking about a process whereby it can take its dimension from everywhere, wherever they want to go through. Right? So this SIM swap fraud is very critical. And yes, someone will be thinking this morning that, are there solutions?
Yes, are there solutions? But before we talk about like the solutions, how can we really detect if my SIM card, my SIM card has been swapped? Because I'm just here. Is there a way or something I can dial and find out if someone else is also using my SIM card?
Thank you very much. Good question. So unfortunately, Ghana here, we suffer from network cut. Sometimes you'll be there and you can't make calls. So we are not able to differentiate between when it's a genuinely a fiber card or some network, a mask that's not working. That's why we're not getting the network. Or someone is hijacking our SIM card. But in a similar situation, what happened is that you cannot receive calls. You see that we say normally the 3 bars or the 4 bars
has disappeared.
Yeah, so you see that your phone is there for some time. No calls are coming through. You know yourself. No calls are coming through. No text message. Nothing. You try calling yourself. They say user busy. Number is unable to reach. That means that something has happened. So normally instances like that, what you normally do is that you can restart your mobile phone to see if you can get back your service. But if it doesn't come, you quickly have to prompt whoever the service provider and ask them that, I'm in this geographical area. Are you having issues around here? They will say, oh, no, the network is clean. Then you know that, no, something is happening on your SIM card. Then you try to really investigate into it. As I clearly stated, they can do that convincing them. Right, I know that the service providers are putting in much security procedures in terms of replacing SIM card, but we still work with human beings, of which you and I know we have what we call the insider attack. We deal with humans, and humans are vulnerable. When we see money, we become vulnerable. When we see anything, we become vulnerable. So yes, these things do happen. So as a normal citizen or as a concerned citizen, we need to think about these things. Not always do we have to put the blame that, my network is cut, so it's because of the network. But we have to find out. That's the only way we can see here in Ghana. I think Western world doesn't happen that way. They don't really have that network cut. So when things like this happen, clearly they know that something is really happening. But here you need to find out before you see that if it's a SIM swap fraud that's happened or it's a normal network cut.
Aside the calling to find out. And I'm so glad that when you call your mobile telecommunication network, they'll ask you, have you restarted your phone? Where are you really located? And sometimes they'll ask you to mention your name and even the number you have, your last 3 digits. That's good. You see, on social media, we can use the 2-factor and other things, where sometimes they say, if you can't enter your password, just let us send you a message via text message. With the SIM card swap issue, what are the practices? Let's say some practices that we can do to safeguard the SIM, to make sure that it is in the right place. No one can hack it. I don't know if you are getting what I'm saying. Just like your Instagram account, you can use that. Maybe your SIM card, you can call your mobile telecommunication network and just ask them that, oh, maybe there's this number, oh, you are supposed to do this, so that only that number will be for you. Do you get it? What are some of like the things you can do?
I get it, but unfortunately,
we can't.
What you can do this morning is that since that number you have has been exposed online and everyone has access to it, and they can bypass you through insider attack in the advanced level to come into it, what we advise that, you see, get a private number. And when we say a number is private, it doesn't mean that when you call someone, the person doesn't see your number. By your number being private, that is only solely for you. You don't use it to do any calling activity. So no one knows about that number. So then you have to then enable all your 2-factor authentication, link them to that number no one has access to. So should in case someone should go through any advanced level of holding your SIM card, expecting to reset your bank account, getting the OTP code or the 2-factor code, it wouldn't come to that number that has been held, but it goes to the private number that no one has idea of. So it safeguards you. So yes, they can hold it. My calls, when you interfere into my calls, they are nothing. But maybe when you are resetting my account, they don't want to hear your calls. They are for, hackers are for financially, they want to, you know, they want to gain something. Right. So yes, maybe they want to gain into your bank account and all those things. But because you have that private number that even no one has access to, but that number is somewhere. So when the hackers go through the SIM swap fraud, they try to go to your bank, reset your password. The OTP doesn't come on that number they've held. It goes to your private number, and it's like you swerved them.
So you can even do that and just put that SIM in, like, let's say a YAM phone.
Yes, a YAM phone.
And then put it somewhere.
Somewhere.
I think the big men or people who have, I think everyone should do that. Everyone should do that. You just walk to your telecommunication, tell them this, you get it, and you just put it somewhere. It doesn't matter what, even if you have money or you don't have money. You have to do it.
Yes.
That's good.
Because today, I don't think, do you know, even the rich guys, they use normal phones.
Yes.
But we use highly expensive phones.
We the broke ones.
You understand what I mean here?
But this whole SIM swap fraud is a problem that keeps happening.
Yes.
It goes back and forth. We are trying to solve it. As a country, what can we do to curb this threat? Let me say that, this threat, how do we solve this?
All right, thank you very much. So I would say I'm much grateful or glad to say the telcos are doing their best, the security agencies are doing their best, but yes, still we need to do more, right? So I think that most especially the insider threats, there's some loopholes that are picked up from within the companies must be quickly reacted to. I know you guys do already. So we need to do more, protect it more, because sometimes these things happen through insider, right? And some people are put above there to monitor the citizens, but they rather try to exploit it. So we need to also have someone say who's watching the watchman. So we also have to make sure that there's a system that is also people who have been put in such places are able to really be monitored, so that we know that they are not using it in their personal interest, but they are using it in the interest of the country, Mother Ghana. Because we know that, I know of MTN or other telecommunications sacking a lot of staffs because of these things we are talking about, and that is a good practice. We need to intensify it more, and however, we also have to put this education out there. I always say that to stay protected, 80% of it is knowing about the threat, and that's how you can mitigate it. So the education has to be high. And I know that October, month of October, is for cybersecurity awareness. So I think globally, nationally, we'll be talking around a lot of cyber threats and how we can get a good cyber ecosystem whereby these threats could be mitigated. We can't have zero threats online, but we can only mitigate them, try to find a way to bring them down. So I think that yes, the systems authorities are on it. They are doing their possible best to go through, but always, working with human beings, it's a threat because your decisions are not always like that. And that is why the introduction of AI came to being. Now, I know that there has been AI company trying to even develop AI to go into bar, to go into the court to defend people. Because they know that, yes, the AI are being trained to go into law. AI being trained to go into accounting. Because they know that AI is a computer program. Unless high IQ has been affected, if not, whatever is being put comes out. You understand? But human beings, however, how much pay they pay you, someone can still entice you with good offers, good opportunity, and you may, kind of fall for them. And sometimes even they go to high sophisticated level that they are even able to, hold in a hostage something of you and threaten you to do this. If not, that thing is not going to be released. And instances like that, you're talking about life matters. So you always try to go for that because you're a human being. So I think that they are doing their possible best. We only ask them to do more, protect us more, and make sure that the insider threat is a little bit problem, so they should minimize it for us. And I believe that they are doing it, and they are continuing protecting us.
DK, thank you very much for educating us this morning. We've really learned a lot, and we are always grateful for you to come through to educate us. Okay, so we're talking to DK Cyber on SIM swap fraud, and he has said a lot of things. We have to be very, very careful. We have to heed on whatever solution he has given us and make sure that our phones, our SIM cards are well protected.